Hey boys and ducks, Adachi here with our new updates. So we're going to go over everything really quick. One thing I did want to open up with though is that the half soul cost and all the gates opening, the ability gates and T-gate opening up is going to be next week, not this week. But first things first, we do have the gacha campaign. Now the big thing about this is I don't even think it'll be able to... Yeah, it's not going to show you, but you can get Mother Souls out of this gacha, which is pretty insane. So definitely burn all of your friend points into this gacha. Forget the shop, just aim for the gacha here. Next up, we got a new event. That means new event rewards. So here you go. These are the rewards. Nothing. It's honestly not even a lot, but we do have these free crystals here, and then we will be getting a part 2 for the event next week as well. So right now going on, we have the Gobble Invasion and the Record of Glory simultaneously going on. I would definitely recommend you at least run through the Gobble Invasion at least once for the Crystal Clear rewards, but going into the Record of Glory, starting off with the point rewards, we have some summon tickets, some Crystallite, 2-star mats, 2-star Crystallite, 3-star, some more tickets. Gold, skill book, magic book. The only thing new and interesting I see here, honestly, is this key. I think we're going to start seeing more keys going on into these rewards, so that's neat to see. And then we have some time-limited tickets as well, 100k gold, and some more tickets. And the big one here is going to be the limited time guaranteed SSR ARC ticket, and then the Rainbow Cluster. Bigger one being the ticket here, so make sure to use this before it expires and nab it up. Alright, now getting into the shop, we do have Mother Souls added to the shop now, so this is pretty neat to see. Now, it is expensive as shit though, 220, so you're going to need to probably be farming this event pretty damn hard. I would recommend before Mother Souls though to go for the gear here. We have the Gold Crown, which gives you 400 HP and it gives you a built-in chance to counter physical attacks. So, although this isn't an insane accessory, this is still pretty decent for any players who are not getting any ether items yet, or maybe have missed out on some previous accessories. And then the Dual Blades Gladius here gives 71 strength with a neutral attribute, and a chance to slightly reduce SCT with regular attacks. Now this is going to be really great for some units that primarily are going to want to be spamming their abilities, primarily characters like Phantom Robin and Randy, being two of them. Unfortunately, you will be sacrificing some damage here because most builds are going to be using dual wield, and you probably don't want this one taking up your first weapon slot, so taking over your second weapon slot, you're only going to get half of this, but still a pretty cool passive that I don't think any other weapon has right now. At least not including ether items to my knowledge. We have 2 rainbow clusters, 3 of every kind of cluster, 3 of all the tier 3 crystals, 100 of tier 1s, and some uncapped mats. Unfortunately no 5 stars yet, but at least we have these 4 stars here available. Alright, and the last bit to go over here is going to be the Phantom Thief Robin banner. Actually, scratch that. The next thing to go over is the Pickup Gacha banner. This is an absolute skip unless you are nearing like maybe one of the guarantees off of the Christmas shops real quick and want to wrap up the last of your New Year and Christmas medals. Otherwise, entirely skip this banner. Unless you don't have a March of the Saints yet and you are really wanting to aim for the Ether Rewards staff that it has, or aiming for some of the abilities it has there. But overall, I would still say that it's most likely a skip. But getting into Phantom Thief Robin himself, luckily a friend has him. We're going to go over his skills real quick, his S1 being a front area combo attack with a chance to decrease the enemy's defense. His S2 Assault Rave also being a small area combo attack right in front of himself, which has a chance to decrease the enemy's mind. His S3 Testament is a medium area attack imbued with the Dark Element, also a dope ass animation for it. And his S4 being 14 Phantom is going to be a small AoE dark combo attack with a chance to decrease the enemy's strength and intelligence as well. So all of his abilities are just helping make him king for both damage and debuffing. Debuffing is pretty insane on Phantom Robin here. And his passives just help that even further, starting off with Assault, which is a probability to reduce enemies' defense with physical attacks, and it will increase his crit rate when he is attacking an enemy from behind. Due to this, he's absolutely going to want Backstab and Surprise Attack in his kit, which fortunately enough, it's already in his ability tree, so he's pretty much already a really strong self-sustaining kit entirely. His second passive, Extort, is a probability to steal an item when dealing critical damage with a physical attack up to 1 item per enemy. This is another thing that's going to make Phantom Thief Robin really great, with the fact that he does have a chance of proccing 1 extra steal off of every enemy per wave. Now it is a very small proc chance, and you kind of have to hit them a lot with crits. and pray you don't actually end up killing the enemy off before you get a drop off, but still it's a nice passive thing to help increase your farming just that much more, especially if you don't already have Robin or you don't have something like a mage bandit Robin built. And to go over the arcs really quickly, first we have the Great Temple Maja. This is going to be the SSR arc. The ether item on Great Temple Maja is going to be Maja's Wand. This is going to give you 40 MP, 65 strength, 182 int, and 167 mind. Now this is pretty nutty because this actually does put it over just a little bit the staff that is on March of the Saints. Maja's Wand is also going to be imbued with the light attribute, and its passive is going to increase light attack magic damage by 30%. This makes this one of the best weapons for mages entirely throughout the game right now, especially if you ended up pulling the Santa Etheria or if you have a Lila lying around. So that's one big bonus on this arc here. The unique passive for the Great Temple Maja is going to decrease the MP consumption of light magic by 2, and with every wave that passes, magic damage is going to get increased. It also says int down in the translation, so I'm not sure if that means that it does go inflict like an intelligence debuff on the enemies as well. Unfortunately, I don't know that part, but either way, going real quick over the more important spells and skills of the Great Temple here. I'm going to skip over some of these other ones, but the big ones I wanted to go over is the fact that this is going to be the first arc to give us Terror Melt. This arc is going to be the first source for Terror Melt for us over here on the global side. Terror Melt is going to increase damage to enemies that have some kind of a status condition on them. I believe this doesn't include debuffs, and this might just be physical damage. I don't really remember. I think it's just physical damage though. This is also going to give us light high boost, so that's going to increase light magic damage by 30%, and then at max level it's going to give you auto aura. So that's just going to be a big step up from fast aura there. But realistically, fast aura is going to work just fine when it comes to farming, so unless you have that extra SC to go ahead and throw auto aura in there, I would just stick with fast aura. But for people who have Theria, or the new Theria I should say, and then Lila, light high boost is going to be huge. You definitely want to grab that. This arc paired with the ether item, paired with the fact that it has light high boost alone, makes this a pretty insane arc. It might be even one of the best arcs to get if you do have any light specific mage. And then going over the SR arc, we have the Aldana Coliseum. The ether item here is going to be some kind of an axe. Nothing really crazy about this one though. It's going to have 157 strength. It's going to be a neutral attribute, and it's going to increase SCT speed by 10%. So that's going to be pretty neat to have for your physical DPSs there, but nothing crazy that you really need to aim for. At max level, the Coliseum is going to give you resistance to stun at the beginning of a battle for a certain amount of time, and it's going to increase damage to humans by 10%. This is just one of the steps that it's going to be leaning in toward PvP, because you don't exactly need that damage against much else besides PvP. But not only that, the abilities that it's going to give you, the big ones at least, is going to be Archer Killer, Wizard Killer, or Witch Killer, Soldier Killer, and Knight Killer. As well as at max level, it will give you EXP up, so another source of EXP up there, which is pretty cool. But the fact that it has all of those killers is pretty much helping to cover all the classes that you're going to run into for PvP, so entirely this arc is something you're going to want when you want to really, if you really want to take your PvP seriously, you're going to want Aldana Coliseum. So overall, this banner is a really solid banner. If you do have some spare pulls to throw at it, I would throw a couple just for the focus on Great Temple Maja, as SSR arcs, as far as focusing on them goes, it's kind of rough when you're trying to aim for specific ones, so if you really want it, this is probably one of your best chances to try and nab that up. And of course, Phantom Thief Robin, he is going to be one of the best physical damage dealers going into the future of the game. Not only does he do great damage, relying heavily on his crit, as well as having a lot in his kit that's going to help boost that crit up, he also has just a plethora of debuffs in his skills alone. And then Aldana Coliseum being one of the kind of must-haves for PvP going forward once we actually get the arena, so probably in the next few months. So overall, I would say this banner is definitely worth the pulls. But if you are 100% a free-to-play player, I would say that this banner is not a must-pull. I would just save and wait for any limited banners that do come out. After all, you never know when a collab is going to come around. You never know when other units are going to get pushed forward. Not to say that many more units are going to end up kind of creeping the units that we already have released in the game. But since everything has kind of come out so soon, it makes me think that they might rebalance some units going forward. As well as, like I said, tis the season. You know, we might get a Valentine's, you know, whatever, and then could get some collabs. So for 100% free-to-plays, I'm going to just say skip the banner, but overall I do think that this is a banner worth pulling on. Oh, and before I forget, I'm going to throw some shameless plugs out there. Number one is we're most likely going to be doing our polls tomorrow, either during the day or at night for Kaito Robin. If you want to check those out, we'll be live over at twitch.tv/adachigacha. And then another huge thing for me, at least personally, is that I was accepted into the closed beta test for Arknight, so we're definitely going to be checking that out as well tomorrow over on stream, but I also plan on putting up a video, maybe a couple, in the coming weeks. So that wraps it all up. Thank you guys for watching so much, and I will see you in the next one.